This video is going to start off a series of red flags in friendships and relationships. And I think I'm going to do just one red flag per video so that they can be short, and also to give you time to process and digest the information and to determine if you see these signs in other people or if you present those signs yourself. So this video is going to be about communication, specifically the lack of communication given to you at the request of a third person. So, most of us have friends. Some of us have a really close circle of intimate friends, people we talk to on a regular basis, we share our life with, we share our space with, we share our time with, we share our stories with, we share the good times, we share the bad times, and it's reciprocated. This type of friendship, or if this is one of your partners, if you have multiple partners, or if you just have one, you automatically share information with each other. That's what open communication is. And I'm not talking about telling everybody's deepest, darkest secrets. When you're friends with someone, you know how much information you can trust them with. You know if they're just a blabbermouth, if they're just going to tell everybody everything or not. And usually those type of people are not in someone's close circle of friends unless that's just that group of friends. That's the group I'm going to just go hang out with and have fun and just leave that over there. That's not someone that I'm going to have in my intimate personal space or even, rental space in my mind. But what I'm saying is you're friends with someone, or your partner has another friend or partner, and they tell your partner, don't tell so-and-so anything about me. Don't tell them anything that we discuss. And your partner or your friend agrees. The red flag is not the person asking. The red flag is your partner or your friend agreeing to that, because that can start to deteriorate the open communication between you and your partner, or the communication between you and your friend, and it leads to keeping secrets, which negates having open communication. And then it will make you start to think, why does this person not want you to tell me if y'all communicate? Why does this person not want me to tell me what you guys talk about or what your interactions are? And as I thought about it from a clinical standpoint, I thought of it as a grooming process where you ease in these little things. Because in the beginning, it's insignificant things. Like we may have talked on the phone last week. Okay, that's not a big deal. But over time, what will that person be withholding from you? Okay, you talk to this person every once in a while, but the person doesn't want me to know that you talk to them. And then it becomes, what are you talking about? And so it can make you start to wonder what's going on. And also, if this is a close friend of yours or your partner, why are they agreeing to not have open communication with you about someone in particular? Like, what is there to hide? And I'm not saying expect your partner or your friend to tell you everything about everybody, but it's something simple, like if Jason were to say, oh, what'd you do today, Dion? Oh, I went to lunch with Peggy Sue. Or, oh, I met, Travis, at the park, and we walked around the park. I mean, that's something simple and is insignificant. But if either one of those people has said, don't tell your partner that we're going to lunch, we're going to walk the park, I'm like, why? Like, that's not even significant. And that's the point I'm getting at. If someone does not want you to know insignificant things, over time, those insignificant things can turn into significant things. If you don't want me to tell someone that I went to lunch with Peggy Sue, what's going to happen later on with Peggy Sue that she's not going to want me to tell other people? Just be aware of, if you're friends with someone and you consider them a close friend, or if it's your partner, and you should be friends if someone is your partner, if they're telling you they're not going to talk to you about a certain person because that person asked them not to. Like, what is that? Like, who would even do that? And in my mind, the first thing is, are we children? Because I consider it immature and manipulative. It's immature to think that friends don't discuss their goings-on with other friends, or their interactions with other friends, or even discussions with other friends. So if someone is asking you to not share insignificant information with someone important in your life, beware of that. That's a red flag, because over time those little insignificant things may likely turn into larger things. And you'll never know, because you already know that your partner is withholding information at someone else's request. And again, the red flag is not the person asking your partner to withhold information from you. The red flag is if your partner or your friend agrees to that request, because that will affect you and your partner's communication, or you or your friends' communication. Communication needs to be open in order to be healthy, and if you're withholding information, it's going to end up ruining the relationship down the line, because it will affect the trust that you have in your partner. Is this person telling me what I really need to know? Is this person withholding information that can potentially be detrimental to the health of our relationship or our friendship? And so it goes much deeper than in that moment, oh, don't say we talked on the phone. Like, what's the big deal about talking on the phone, unless there's something later on you're going to talk about that you don't want me to know? And so it just leads down this road of secrecy and an unknowing for you if your partner or your friend is not sharing, just small little things with you. And, as far as relationships and friendships, everything starts somewhere. They start off small and then they build. And so if you're putting a stumbling block like lack of communication in the mix with supposedly continuing to build a healthy relationship, that's just not going to work. Your foundation is going to be cracked, and over time it's going to breed mistrust, and you're going to start wondering, like, what's going on? Like, what's the big deal? Is there a big deal? And it just creates a whole world of not knowing what's really happening because your partner's not being open. So we're going to leave that there. I was going to go off onto something else, but then it just kind of, it can snowball. And so just be careful with, when people ask you, don't tell your partner this or don't tell your friend that, especially if it's something that seems like it doesn't even matter. Be like, who cares? But later on, it will be something that someone would care about, and that they would probably need to know in order to make an informed decision on whether or not to stay in that relationship or that friendship, based on the health of that friendship or relationship. And so that's something to think about. And if you're the person who wants to ask someone, don't tell your friend or your partner anything about me, what is it about you that's so important that you don't want somebody else to know? And if you're friends with someone and they have other friends, what's the big deal about them hiding you from their other friends? Like, what is there to hide? And that's what I'm getting at. What is there to hide? And so I will leave that red flag there. My phone is acting funny. So leave your comments below if you know people that this has happened to, if it has happened to you, or if you are that person. And after hearing this video, like, what do you think about asking someone to not share any information about you to their friends or to their partners? Or their family, for that matter. Like, what do you guys think about that? Let's discuss that down below. Thanks, guys. Bye.